Guys, I got a little project going today with the RV. It's a 2017 Sonic. We're replacing the shower in here. I already took the old faucet out. The old faucet just screws on here, threaded fittings, screw onto the back of it. I'll show you in a minute. And then there's a plate that goes over this hole and it's held on with two screws, and then it had a little caulk on the top here, see? And then there was on the bottom of the faucet, it went out to the shower here. And this is the original shower head that came with it. A lot of people are replacing them because they don't like the shower head. It says 2.5 gallon max on it. What I did, I'm replacing it because the faucet was leaking. Anytime you turn on the water faucet, water would drip out of the bottom of the faucet, which I'll show you right here. Looks like it went on like that. Water was coming out underneath here. This little a crack where this part of the faucet is connected to this plate. So what I have to do, I have to take the old faucet out, like so. Actually, I'm not sure where that water was coming from. I was afraid it was going to get into the back, behind the wall of the shower stall. I think it was coming out in here somewhere. Not absolutely certain. But there was no water getting back behind this plate, which that goes back on the RV, and we're just going to change it out. I got a nice brand new faucet here, Dura faucet, and a new shower head. And these are made, I think I got these off of Amazon. Can't tell you exactly how much I paid for them. They weren't real expensive. If you're interested in that style. It has the little rubber beads on there, so if you build up calcium, you can just rub the calcium off of there. And one thing, the reason I bought this particular shower head and was the hose is like a braided stainless steel, and it's real flexible, where your standard one here, if they get cold, they get real stiff. This one's not too bad because it's pretty hot in here, but those tend to be kind of stiff, so I got one that has a real flexible hose on it, and this should look nicer. It's like a satin brushed nickel finish. This can class it up a little bit. See if I can get this out of here. Look at that. That's going to go on there like that. I'll have to switch these caps because I think it's made to go on in this direction. And this one, the original one, was with that facing down. I could try it either way. I'll see how it works if I go in that way, because this is your hot's always on your right. But that doesn't that. That's going to look classy in there. All brushed nickel. I'll show you what it looks like when I get it all installed. But it's real simple. You're just threading on those fittings onto the back of here, putting a couple of screws in, put a bead of caulk around there, and then your shower hose connects up here, twist it on there. This is interesting. This is a Dura faucet brand. Look at this. The original faucet, Dura faucet. Same company made both of these. Let's hope this one is a little better than the old leaky one I'm taking off. It'll last longer. This RV has only been used for 2 years, so let's hope it holds up a little longer than that. Okay, the Dura faucet, the new shower faucet, came with all this hardware. You got your little nuts that go on the back. You got the plate that goes on the back of this faucet like so. It has some rubber washers. It has these cone-shaped washers. These go into the, I'll show you. And you got these nuts, these cone-shaped washers. Look like they go in here, but since this RV is only a couple years old, it's hard to tell, but there's a washer in there. I'm thinking these aren't, this must be for a different type of connector, because these have them built in, and it looks like they're a little different. They may be exactly just like these, but they're compressed a little bit. They're pushed way in there, so it's hard to tell. But I'm gonna just use the old ones because the RV is only a couple years old. And I just need to get all this silicone caulk off of here so I can recaulk it. Okay guys, if you have the little adapter plate on your RV like mine, at the factory they put silicone all around the edge here. What I did was I used a scrubby pad, stainless steel scrubber like this. Got all that silicone off, most of it, a little bit right there I need to scratch off yet. But it cleaned the edge up good and doesn't seem to have scratched the plastic. So, there you go. Okay, here's how I'm installing the faucet since I have this adapter plate. I've got the faucet pushed in through there, and I put the little rubber big washers on the back there. And I'm going to tighten these nuts onto there, and then all I have to do is tighten the supply hoses to these stems here. They have a rubber washer inside them, so I'll seal this up, and then I just put 2 screws in and caulk it, and I'll be done. Okay, I've got the faucet hooked up to the water supply hoses, and I tightened all these nuts, both of them, both the water supply and to the nut that connects the faucet to this plate. And what I'm doing, I'm not sure if the previous owner of the RV turned the faucet this way, but this is the way the faucet was. The old one had this water supply facing down, so they may have switched it, or that may be the way it came from the factory. So I'm going to install it the same way. I just need to put the caps on the right faucets, and your cold is on the right and your hot's on the left. I'll do that, and I put my 2 screws in. Before I do that, I'm going to test these connections and make sure they don't leak. I'll hook up the old faucet, or the old shower head, and I'll show you how the old shower head sprays versus the new one. Okay, I got everything connected up and checked the connections, and this is how the original shower head sprays. We'll compare that to the new one. Okay, got everything installed. They're all screwed down. The new shower head came with the hardware, matching hardware, stainless steel, and because it was the same manufacturer, the holes all lined up. Didn't need to put any more holes in our shower. They came with silver screws. Looks like there's 2 positions for the shower head. You can kind of have it up higher or down lower like that. It's got an on-off switch right on the head here, and it says it's 2.5 gallons per hour, just like the old one. The difference being you can wipe the calcium off of there versus that old one. We'll try it out. Turn on the water here, and it looks like it flows kind of similar shower pattern to the old one. But it looks better. Try shutting it off. And I guess that's typical for an RV shower to drip like that a little bit after you shut it off. That's something to do with the hose needing to drain out so there isn't stagnant water in the hose. Probably so bacteria doesn't grow in it. But there you go, guys. That was a pretty simple install. The hardest part of this whole thing was scrubbing the silicone off of that adapter plate, which I'm gonna get some clear silicone and silicone around this, and then that'll be complete. I think it looks better. It's a nice shower install. Alright, very simple. Take care, guys.